as an entrepreneur, what have been some of the big learnings for you, like about what you've done in the past and what you're doing with Mindstone? People want to start a digital business. What have you learned along the way? What have been your biggest challenges and your biggest learnings?
Good question. Um, so the biggest learning tends to be, for me, was that over time, and this is something that kind of wasn't one particular event, but over time, the idea that if you if you stay around long enough,
Yeah.
you're going to be right at some point. Don't basically like, rule number. There's one. I think it was a tribute saying or quote attributed to Winston Churchill. I think it wasn't him that he actually said it, but the kind of a quote I live by is that success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm.
Love it.
And that resilience, the idea that so long as you don't die, you're going to find something at some point. When I say die, I'm talking here about the startup or the company you're trying to build. Right? So long as the company you're trying to build doesn't die, and you don't give up, your chances of being successful are actually fairly good. The problem is that very few people stick with it, and many give up earlier. Um, and that is kind of one of the biggest lessons that I still live today. Is just, you know what? It's very hard. And some days everybody tells you just how bad the idea is. And you're looking at your own evidence and you might come to the same conclusion and realize, oh wait, actually this thing is not working. And it's very easy to then just give up and go and work somewhere else or change project entirely. But if you continue tweaking it and just changing it, making sure you look at the data and just adapting it constantly, then at some point you will get better at it. Right? There's a good book, is it The Lean Startup, which I think is a really interesting methodology to apply as you're building
It
a
is.
company. Um, and it brings much more predictability into the creation of a company. And so I think that is one of the biggest learnings is just trust the process and continue working at it.